The fuck out! There's no one worse than me. All of the birds agree. It's not our anniversary. Why would you get more than a verse from me? David Bowie changes, but I'm still the same kid. David Duchovny hated, but my brain's back from D-Station. The truth is out there, without a doubt. Yeah.
What up? What up? This is Rocky's house. Welcome to the crib. I'm your host, Rocky.
What's going on, everybody? Alien.
What's good, man? It's Il Omega.
Yo, Adam.
Raymond Strife.
Ray, what up, man? Yo, first and foremost, episode 2. How's everybody feeling, man?
Good, man.
Good.
Very good.
Feeling okay, you know.
Day. But
No complaints whatsoever, man. It's definitely, definitely good to be here. Episode 2 this time around, the format is a little bit different, compared to the first episode. We pretty much jumping right into it, into bringing our guest on to the situation. This gentleman we got a very special guest on the show tonight. This gentleman has been instrumental, and as far as, he's been single-handedly responsible for the success of Cap City. And, also he's been an influence, a tremendous influence to Adam as far as, Adam fully embracing the hip-hop music and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Raymond Strife.
Oh my God, it's me. Look at me go. No, thank you. That's very nice of you to say that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
all right, I gotta get this off my chest though, man, because I don't think he gets the credit as much as around here. But if it really wasn't for Ray, man, the whole beat shit with me, with Il Omega and Rocky and shit would not be popping around here. And, vice versa, we all been growing with each other. So I want to salute Ray Strife for that shit. For real. I just want to put that out there. Trenton, this dude really made us to where we're building what we're trying to get to. So
yeah,
appreciate that.
Wow. Thanks, guys. I like you too.
There's some tears falling.
You alright, yeah, you alright, dude.
Right over there. It's one of those things you got to give credit where it's due. We definitely appreciate it, and also, just the humbleness. And before we get into the origin,
it's not enough around here.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get into it, I definitely want to, you touched on, the growth. We're all growing together, and Ray has definitely just the growth from the time that we met back in 2009.
From a wee lad.
Exactly. Is amazing. I think we were 22 at the time or something like that. We were, still in our 20s, tearing shit up. So the growth in the lifestyle and the music is freaking amazing to see, as far as, what we have before us today. Definitely want to start off I wanted to start from back in high school, but I was I was just informed it goes a little bit deeper than that as far as the musical influence, and
Not much deeper,
oh, okay.
Just a little.
But you were, but during the punk rock, you were always rapping, correct?
Yep. Been rapping poorly since I was 10 or 11. I remember me and this dude, Craig, did, what did we do? We did Warren G. This DJ be Warren G from music class, and we had to take like a C- right off the bat because like rap wasn't music. And amazing. What a world we live in now.
Exactly.
Fuck you, teacher whose name I can't remember. Thanks for all the memories.
Exactly.
What an influence that music teacher was on me.
Exactly.
No, it's one of you hit the nail on the head. Back then they classified it. They didn't classify it as it didn't qualify as music, and number one genre in the world right now. So
over rock.
Yeah, exactly. So
Take that, rock.
No disrespect to teachers, but it is essential to unlearn everything you learned growing up. But
Yo, fuck teachers, man.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah. We ain't going into that, but
I want to wild out so bad right now. Keep going. Keep going.
wait. Hold up.
I know y'all saw that meme. Today I got time. We have time to get started about that. So basically, I do want to start in high school as far as when you know, when the music or when the craft found you and vice versa. While me and Omega were just figuring out what we wanted to do and find our way and our blueprint in this game in the hip hop, you know, coming up in Lawrence Township, you know, cross town, there was a lot of interesting things going on. And Adam, I know you can personally attest to that.
Yep.
So, you know, there was you had a band called Crack Filler, which I wasn't, you know, I didn't get to witness it in its entirety, but I heard amazing things.
We did it at Art All Night. we did it a bunch of times this year. That's all right.
They're back to
I
back.
was
You didn't miss
always
anything.
either, and just recently, I was always either in New York or I don't know what the hell I was. I don't know what was going on. I mean, you know, but
That's okay.
Just tell them you hated it, and that's all right.
No, I don't know.
no, not at all, not at all.
I was never a big fan.
No, I always heard amazing things. Adam, as far as you going to, you mentioned you used to go to all the concerts.
Yeah.
During during that time, we were all 14, 15.
Yeah. So what happened was no, 14. I was a freshman. I was a little
Tell
baby.
the truth, Adam.
Little baby, and the biggest thing for me with Ray was saw this gorgeous fellow.
We look like brothers or something.
Yeah,
we look like we can be
no,
related.
No,
You're just complimenting yourself.
no, my sister was going to school with Ray, and I don't know. She actually got me into like meeting you because there was a show. She was like, "Oh, there's some bullshit, like rap or some shit going on." I'm like, "All right, I guess I'm gonna go to it," because we were listening to like Blink-182 and shit. So I was like, "Might as well."
Now it's time for the real.
Yeah, I mean, you know Eminem because I'm a white boy, and so you know all that dumbass shit. And, but
That's all.
everybody said there's a bunch of bullshit going on at we were saying Trinity Cathedral in Trenton, and I saw
West State.
Yep.
Yep.
And I saw this crazy asshole go, and it's been love at first sight. No, to be honest with you, after I started hearing him, started going to a lot more punk shows, started getting more into conscious rap, started getting more punk rock that was politically motivated, but it all kind of started with going to Crack Filler shows.
Nice.
Dope.
Right on. Nice.
Spawned.
Nice.
Adam used to.
Drinking 40s, you know.
Describe the energy. I've been to a couple of punk shows in the past, but personally, I feel like it's one of those things where I've been told that you haven't been to a punk show until you've been to a Crack Filler show.
This is what kind of show? What kind of trap are you guys setting me up for? You guys are way too nice.
Listen,
Tonight, who the fuck? Who's saying all this nice shit behind my back? Because all I get to my face is this dirt all day. So this is great. You haven't been to a punk show until you've been to a Crack Filler show. That's great. That's amazing.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. That show that me and Seth went to, man. Like
Which
when he
one?
was doing the one that Champs.
The
recent one.
Yeah, it's all the old people coming
the old
in,
people.
dancing
I'm
around.
like, damn, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yo, that shit was nutty, man. Y'all had that shit packed the fuck out.
That was a cool show. That was a lot of fun.
They end up being reunion shows from all the old fucking people that broke their necks at Trinity Cathedral.
Yeah, man. Adam used to open that pit up, man. Always.
That was the first time I actually saw Crack Filler and got to see Ray again live. I had only seen him at the Murder Monday at that point, I guess it was. And he was rapping from behind the bar. And then on YouTube, I'd seen him.
Nice.
So, you know, which is dope, by the way.
You gotta have a gimmick,
Rapping
you know.
from behind the bar.
Yeah, I always was like, yo, Ray,
fly shit. That's
rap something, man. And he'd be like, all right, just hand me the mic. He's
That's where
serving
I got to see
motherfuckers.
that energy, though. That's where I got to see that
rapping
energy.
and pouring drinks at the same time. Word. I
Crack
like
Filler
that.
show.
Word.
Definitely, man.
Somebody hit the computer.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Ray, can you hit the computer real quick? Yeah.
Of course.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. The taskbar there. Hit it too hard.
Wow.
There we go.
Tell that computer.
I'm not laughing the whole
You got me
fucking time.
got me working over
I
here.
saw it. I was like, oh shit. My mom was like,
Not a problem.
We're gonna need you to do that again in about 15 minutes.
That's why he's here. I'm glad you're here.
I didn't even notice it.
He was
But the
dancing
thing
and
is-
laughing. I thought he was laughing at someone up
fucking-
here. I'm like, I guess
No,
someone's
me,
doing
I was
something
laughing the
stupid
whole
right
time.
now.
Live studio audience.
You gotta keep this shit on here. That shit was funny. But yo, because I was sitting there, I was talking, and I'm looking at him. I'm like,
live
the
studio
fuck you laughing
audience right
at? No, but I was looking at him, and I'm like, oh shit. Haley saw it. Haley was like, go ahead, get it.
I got it. I'll handle it. If I see it again, I'll just take care of it. Don't
Thank
even.
you, Ray. You're a sweetheart.
I'm very efficient.
Damn, they got you. They rubbing off on you now. Love at first sight and all that.
For real.
So listen, you know, as far as the first one going, you said you were about 14 at the time, right?
Yeah, I was 14. We were had to have been freshman year of high school. So shit, how old am I now? 30. So it's been 15, 16 years. Starting to get into that.
You're like 20 to me. You look like you're like 22, man. Killing it.
22 out here.
Well, I said last week, 2 weeks ago, this is a timeless podcast, so we're going on a timeline, but you know, we're all kind of like timeless beings right now.
We're all doing a great job. That's what's happening.
We are doing the best we can.
That's it.
Now, what are we doing back there?
So you
Playing?
describe as far as, you know, as a concert goer, as a as a fan at the time, describe the climate and the energy of going to a Crack Brother show.
We were pissed off 14-year-olds, probably because mommy and daddy didn't let us do what we wanted.
That's my demographic, you know.
It's pretty much it, just a bunch of pissed off people. No, it was, you know, I don't know who let us, who let Crack Filler and all the other bands perform in that church, because we demolished that place. It was total trash.
There's this dude Zach. I know who he is. He dates Dreddy. Yeah.
Curly?
Shout out to Dreddy Mercury.
Yeah. I know.
For real.
Shout out to
Shout out to Wade too.
And not to blow up anybody's spot, there was fights every day.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
It's supposed to be like that. It's a punk show.
Nah, I mean, a lot of punk's very progressive. That's like a stigma punk gets. Same as like rap, when like people don't want you to have a rap show at their bar. It's the same
They're
punk.
like,
It's
oh,
the same
like
thing, you know.
thugs and shit.
Yeah, a lot of punk's very progressive and non-violent. But like, you know, when you first get into it, you're kind of into it for the wrong reason. Some people, you know, and ends up a lot of
Getting
violent,
rage
drunk
out and
violence. Yeah.
Well, definitely, like, you know, from the outside looking in, that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions about punk rock. And,
Absolutely.
unfortunately. But
Hey, I got a question, Ray.
Yeah.
Like, what are crust punks?
Crusties. Well,
Crusties,
I think
yeah. What the fuck
the
is it?
original is kind of more like a metal kind of punk, but now it's more like, you know.
It's like anarchist music or something.
Yeah,
Anarchist
now
music.
it's more like the fucking, you know, train riding,
Yeah, hope
fucking, you know, whatever. I got a lot of friends who do that stuff. They're cool, and then there's a lot of clowns who do it too. But that's
shit.
anything, right? You know, so
on, man.
yeah.
I always hear you talk about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is a crust punk?
you know when you see it.
crust
Word,
is.
Crusties.
it's like the it's like the, you know, not to go off topic musically, was the Juggalos is like one of those, you know, shit. And I realized that was, from you, I realized that was the thing.
What, the Juggalos?
That was actual, like,
I'm glad I could help.
a movement.
Wait,
like,
Ray was Juggalo?
Yeah.
no, not Ray.
Yo, you're not down with the clown? I'm out of here.
yeah.
What the hell kind of podcast is this? Where's the Fago?
Oh, no, this is insane. For those tuning in, those who don't know what a Juggalo is, it's pretty much you know, I'll give it the best credit that I feel it deserves, but I feel like you can describe it a lot.
It's just like insane clown posse fans, and like actually, my friends put like one of their like Miss Juggalette competitions on the other day. It was pretty brutal to watch, but like they were all making fun of them, and I was like, I just feel bad because like, you know, back to basics, it's like any group of people, like, I don't know, like they want to be fucking juggalos, so let them be fucking juggalos. What do I care? Like, why are we always bashing juggalos? I don't know. Like, I don't know that many juggalos, but like I've met a couple people who are just good people, and then I see the fucking juggalo tattoo or whatever, you know, they're just people like anybody else.
They just want to belong to
And in the 90s, like, I'm not even trying to like, I don't give a fuck either way, to be honest, but I just bashing a whole group of people gets old to me. And like, you know, I get it too. I also like, when when something sucks, make fun of it for sucking. Yeah, it's all about a good balance.
Oh man, very practical. Absolutely.
You know, like I don't know, like everybody did that festival in the 90s. ODB, Snoop Dogg, everybody did it every year. And it was like, no, it wasn't on anybody's radar yet to like get bashed like it is now. And every fucking rapper took that paycheck in the 90s. Tech 9 still does it every year. I don't know if Snoop does it. Tech 9's huge with them. That's part of his empire.
Yeah, that's part of his joints
I
too.
wouldn't blame him. Tech 9.
I seen like a rank of gangs, and one of the ranks was the Juggalos.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I thought
Yeah,
it
but
was
you
just
know
like
what?
a
Yeah, they were
fan base.
No, they were saying that they were doing organized crime.
Well, and that's
Yeah,
like
something like that.
So
I read
that's like
about.
anything. If you and in certain states, if you and more than like 4 people get arrested together, you can be a gang and you could be on a list of gangs. You know what I mean? It's just like a way to classify a group of people. Yeah.
It's that bullshit.
So I don't know. I'm not like a fucking Juggalo advocate, but it's funny that you guys brought it up because like it was literally like 2 days ago, and I was like, man, this is funny, but like I don't know, like just bashing a whole group of people gets old to me. Like I don't know, it's so easy. Like it's just like so what? It's when someone puts themselves out there and they're like, we might not be the coolest, but this is all of us together and we love each other. And you're bashing it. I'm kind of like. Yeah, you might say some funny jokes, and that makes me laugh. But like, I don't know. It's kind of like it's easy. It's low hanging fruit. It's low hanging fruit. I like to make fun of myself more than I make fun of other people.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate the response because it's one of those things where as long as I've known Ray Strife, he's always just him and his collective and the people he associates himself with. Everybody within that circle is non-judgmental, and I always appreciated it. That's always something I always respected it. Wow.
Respected it. Yes, you did. Respected it.
That's on TV forever.
That's for everyone.
About Ray Strife and his, the group of people he associates himself with.
I feel like we're real assholes, but like at least we're right there. We're assholes. Like shit's negative and we say negative shit, but like we're still like. That doesn't mean like we hate anybody. Like we're just
like I feel I'm a part of that crew because me and Ray been doing a lot of music lately. So like I'm like, yeah, they're assholes, but they're good fucking people. They're cool. Yeah. But me and Ray had this conversation before when we was recording for the EP and shit, and I was just like, yo, man, like the way y'all support each other on a artistic tip. Is dope, man. I'm trying to get shit with hip hop.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. But we can't get that shit with the rap shit, man. That's one thing that I'm really trying to get out here. Like, I'm starting to now see it a little bit locally around here to be like, yo, shit, listen to this album, listen to this, or go to this show.
But it takes time. I mean, think about it. I was saying we were all going to shows, seeing them when we were 14. That's like 15 years of
everything.
And you knew people that were going to these shows. You even knew them prior because you were in the middle school, right, over there.
Yeah. I was in everybody forever.
Yeah, and I came up from Robbinsville, so like he knew people years ago. So it's like 20, 30 years of people like grinding, even before stuff happened with him rapping or doing crack fill or any punk show. Everybody knew each other already, so it's just hard to make that connection when it's outside influences. Nobody knows who you are, so you got to make that connection some other
when bands meet each other too, there's still like a stigma where like there's a little competition, but not like rap at all. Like I feel like when bands meet each other, even if they are doing a very similar thing, it's almost they're like, this is awesome, you do like what we do, we should do more of it together and do more shows. And when rappers meet up, they're like, fuck that guy.
Like, we're your competition.
The more you remind you of you.
I don't.
The competition. Well, rap's it started competitively, so it's hard to like. Yeah, but it's hard to like. A lot of people like can't separate that from their own insecurities, and like that's just not like leave that shit on stage. Like you know what I mean? Like
leave the shit on, leave it on in the booth or on stage. But we all trying to make something happen. Especially around here.
It's hard to.
But there's the people, that be like, oh, let's all do this together, man. We should be working together. And then when you reach out to them, what happened? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, man, come on.
Well, you see,
talk it, be it.
You see that in your groups, and what about you? Like, you are, not to blow your spot up, you're a little bit older, so what do you see with the people that you used to collaborate with and people that you're coming at now?
Oh, no doubt. Competition and that stuff's always there. it's about fun, like kind of Ray said, like making fun of one group of people. You learn to just have narrow vision, tunnel vision to a degree. Associate with those who associate with you. You start to gravitate towards those people. They'll gravitate to you. I'm real open with working with anyone. Maybe too open to a fault sometimes, because everybody's not going to be the perfect match. But at the
plenty of conversation.
But at the same time, there's so much I think we could do collectively, whether it's from the collaboration to putting on shows to all that. But yeah, it's tough in hip hop. But when I was in a band that was more of a rock based band that I was emceeing with Harvest, any other bands we met there was less of a competition. It was more of a party together. But there's still,
people get that.
More friendship.
And I don't want to. I want to like be that guy, but I'm starting to see that now. Like with a lot of artists and a lot of people running things, shows, and out here, people are really starting to support and come to these shows. And
I think the better the city does, you can't ignore it. Like even if you are like a really competitive rapper, so the better like this art scene gets, and the more it's on people's radar, the more you're like, this is all of us. You can't ignore, even if you could hate people on the other side of town, and you're like, yeah, but that's what they're doing, and this is what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly.
See, I was going to say too, agreeing with that, but also that hip hop, unless you're in a group, a lot of it's individualized. So you're always going to shit on the other people that are like by themselves, because you got no one else. You're almost like backed into a corner. You're by yourself. You got to represent what you are.
That's a valid point. Yeah.
In a band, I mean, there's like people, and hip hop's relatively new compared to all the shit that's been out there. It's relatively new.
It's a security blanket when you're in a band too, because you're not the only one people are looking at.
Yeah.
There's 4 of you up there, or 5 of you up there. With hip hop, it's like when you go up on stage with a band, even if you're like a garbage band, there's 5 of you that believe in that. There's 5, you already have a crowd up there that believes in what you're on stage doing. When you go to do rap, you got to kind of be on your own dick a little, because you have to get up there by yourself and be like, this is good, or else why am I up here? Yeah.
The competition part, I think, isn't bad. The competition part isn't bad, but I think we're getting at is building that movement and seeing projects go forward and community things work smoothly and artists coming together. That's where I guess it gets a little dicey.
There's a lot of projects that are out here, Trent and everything that dropped, and I'm like, yo, so much fucking talent. There's so much.
Yeah.
Which is why
crazy
we got to put in that Jersey Fresh jam. That's why that shit is happening. Yeah. Because all the collaborations going on.
Crazy. Shout out to Ahmad with that.
I had to put that out there, right?
He's like, what?
Guy on the couch. Shout out to the guy on the couch.
Again. Also,
and just to touch on Jersey Fresh, the Jersey Fresh circuit is definitely responsible for a lot of the independent underground talent.
August 12th, August 12th, Saturday. Exactly. Yep. All day.
I'll be there.
New York Ave.
What'd you say?
Yes, to the 11th.
Coffee House, don't miss it. Trenton Coffee Roaster.
I'm doing sound.
Okay.
It's gonna be more.
Ahmad is doing sound.
Coffee House stuff.
Shout out Abdul.
Shout out to Rich Quick too, man. He's gonna be doing the thing. That's what you was about to say?
I said shout out Abdul. We're shouting out everybody.
Shout out Abdul too.
Abdul at the Trenton Coffee Roaster.
I gave him a shout out too early on the first one.
August 12th also.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Jersey Fresh Jam's one of the best events the city does every year.
That's crazy, man. I never would have thought I'd get on that shit.
The Jersey Fresh Jam at TerraCycle, it was one of those things where a couple of years ago I realized if you're on stage for that particular show, because it's annual, you got Art All Night and you have that one in Trenton. Those are the places to be in New Jersey during the summer.
Once
you're on that stage,
you made it. That's it. That's right.
No, real shit. It made a lot of people big-headed, but for other people it was a pinnacle, it was a defining moment, and then they continued the grind and continued to put the work ethic in.
Oh yeah, by the way, Master Ace is going to be at the Jersey Fresh Jam too, so shout out to Master Ace. If I have my board here,
somebody I'm not sure if it was Omega or Alien. Somebody mentioned as far as getting the community involved or having the community on their back as far as the support system musically. Back to Ray. Shortly after Crack Fillers, when you officially started rapping, and I think To Live and Die and Jay was born.
Yes.
I want to say either 08 or 09.
Something like that.
That was the time that we officially met. You met with me and Ill Omega.
You first.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
In my underwear. I mean, I meet a lot of rappers. I meet a lot of rappers in my underwear. It's the first test.
it's crazy.
It's the first
I met Ray
test. Will we be
drunk-ish. Well,
friends?
he was drunkest. He was fucking hammered.
I handle myself very well.
I see. During that time, even back then, I still saw the community as far as the support system between, because you pretty much carried that that same, you applied the same aspect to the when you started rapping. And
I tried,
something that as we mentioned, it's hard to have that happen in hip hop as a whole, but you managed to make it work. And we, just based on that, there's a new term that I found out, DIY, do it yourself. I love the independence, the actual, the artist putting the ego aside and finding the venues, and even going so far as to the support system going so far as to, reaching out to the different talent in Michigan and across the country, South, Pittsburgh, so on and so forth.
And the way that shit works is doing it like that, you gain so much more of a connection with the people that you're working with.
Yeah. When it's like you're gonna do, what do you get up and do your craft for? Like, do you do it? Is there an end game, or like, would you do it anyway? So it's like if you're gonna, if
money wasn't,
if you're gonna rap and you love to rap, you're gonna rap either way. So it's do it yourself. Why just shut it off or do it in a room? And you just go out and do it.
That's where I think a lot of people fail. It's that you got to show up. Showing up, like showing up is half the battle.
Absolutely.
But if I show up for you, it's nice that you show up for me, and they show up for them, and we show up for them, and it's
and before that
energy's recycled. It's not shared and built up. It's not turned into something negative or.
It's love, man. The more you give, the more you have. The more you give away, the more you have, man.
It's true. It's true. I believe it.
Yeah, that's real. It's literally,
Ray Strife, proverbial music.
Yeah, right. I stole that from somebody.
It's
crazy, man. People from Seattle like, yo, Ray Strife is great. We love him. I'm like, damn, from Seattle?
Man.
Fuck.
As for just, being on the road, actually being, taking that risk to go broke, going across the country, shopping your music and shopping your t-shirts and things like that. It's
like
literally
half the battle, right?
It's literally
making the music is half the battle. The grind is where
it's something not really that aspect of it, the actual, just putting the work in. It's something I wish was more visible in the hip hop community.
Yeah, people mad because they put their shit on SoundCloud and was like, well, nobody's listening to my music. Like, motherfucker, you're supposed to put in the work, man.
I wish SoundCloud fucking failed, man. I wish it really is still up. I wish that see a lot of retirement plans.
Yeah, I remember you seen that. You posted that up, like, yo, so what's your retirement plan?
I mean, it's a great website. I just meant spitefully, I wish it failed so that everyone who's just a SoundCloud rapper would have not a great outlet anymore. Like, it's a testament to what they do that it works so well. But.
iTunes
or some shit, something.
Do some shows. That's another thing. A lot of people have lost the art of actually getting a physical copy and running around with it, because not everyone has the Bluetooth connection in their vehicle. They can't physically download your music at their show.
And in all honesty, you get a little piece of paper. They're like, "Yo, download my music." It's going in the trash. You're drunk at that point, or you're not. You don't really give a shit at that point.
You're pulling receipts out of your pocket, like, what the hell is? You throwing everything away.
There's one thing about the physical copy. It requires an actual transaction of money and hands. There's movement involved.
Well, it's
not-
like a memory. You know, like
doubt.
it's people they create an experience at a show. It's like for me, I go to a million fucking shows. I go to like 350 shows a year since I was like 15. And like to me, it's whatever. It's common practice. It's every day, but not everybody lives like that.
Yeah.
People go to a show once every 3 months, and it's a big deal. And they remember every act they liked, and they buy everything they can buy, and it's all part. They loved that. It's a big deal to them. It's not like it doesn't have to be at the stadium to be a big deal for them, and they can buy a record off you, and that's a big deal. They can look at it and they love it. They remember that night, and it's different than just like, you know, writing down your link.
Yeah. It's a little more. It's more personal. It's a connection between the talent and the fan, if you will.
Now I got a question. What? I remember when we went over to Seth's house, Trino, and you brought this CD in, and was like, "Yo, I'm working with this kid, man. You know, I met him in New Brunswick and shit." And like,
Damn.
oh, and then like I was like, "Yo, who's this guy?" You were like, "Oh, that's Ray Strife." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Ray
This
Strife?"
cute white boy.
White boy, you know that rap, and he played Happy New Year. How the hell did that shit happen?
Oh,
Like, how did y'all connect?
That's right time, right place for Rocky, man.
Yeah, it was crazy because that's one of the dopest tracks, man.
like backstory, man. It was one of those things where I'm writing the verse and I instantly think to myself, this shit is gonna be trash. We recorded. I recorded. Ray loves it, and you know the rest is one of those things. The rest is history. It started with you know, back to just going to New Brunswick originally. Yeah, you put me on.
Yeah, it was.
I had a lot of fun in New Brunswick, man. Real good times. I didn't, you know, on the strength of you, I didn't, you know. I had some fun out there.
We didn't, you know, it was a party track, and you were there, and we were partying, and it was like it was already pretty done, but it was like
I think that was the night I brought me and my cousin and one of my friends. One of our friends, we came up. We had a liter of Henny. My cousin stole the rest of it. Homeboy then takes off. Our friend calls me like, "Yo, where the F is Jamil, yo?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Wait, that was Jamil?
Yeah, it was.
Oh shit!
No, Sharon called me.
Oh, all right.
But Jamil had there was one point where I lost track of time and what have you. Probably met a chick.
Yeah.
I know which chick you met, man. I remember that night. I'm not saying no names.
Oh yeah, we not gonna get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
That was a live ass fucking show.
Yo,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, so the next is one of those things where, you know, heck of a night, had a lot of fun. The next day, Ray was in the mood to record, and I think you had the song ready.
Yeah, probably almost done, and it was like, we just throw another verse in, and it was like, and then I'll do my final verse that I was already gonna do to finish it.
I don't know how I need another reason to party.
Yeah, it's perfect because I don't really write with concepts a lot, so it was like kind of just like I just don't care. I used to just try to write like whatever, be funny or lyrically creative, and that one actually had a concept, so it just worked out. I don't like to plan things. It just worked out.
I was going to ask you, like, what kind of like influences your, like you've said you've been rapping since you're 10. Like, do you just approach it then with just like whatever, just all your different influence? Just
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird. People ask me that stuff, and I feel like an asshole because I don't really have like good answers ever. Cool. Like, I listened to rap and I loved it, and I just kind of like, when you're like 10 years old and like your parents don't get rap at all, you know, or whatever. Like, it's in my mind, I couldn't be a rapper. Like, I wasn't like those people. So like,
they love it now, right?
Yeah. Of course, super supportive. But once I like, you know, I could do the rap songs. Yeah, I'd buy someone's album and I could do the songs. So I just started writing my own stuff, and it was just like I can't emulate, you know, Ready to Die. Like, that's not me, you know. So it's always like a unique, it's just me rap, like that's how it comes out. And I had to learn a lot of, and I had to learn how to count bars and do in delivery because I was writing like fucking 80 bar verses. I don't know how it fucking. I didn't know how. I was like, how does this stop?
I remember that on the To Live and Die in NJ album.
How does this
I'm like, yo,
fucking
that was like 19 bars there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't. I wish
I'm right in the middle of the verse. Yeah.
I had to learn.
And he'll fit like 5 sentences in one bar or some shit.
I had to learn how to deliver better. That was hard for me. Like delivery on recording was hard because it's not like a live show, and that's something I'm better at in my old age. But like writing fucking. I wish I didn't learn how to count bars because like I love people who can't count bars. They have like the best, most unique fucking songs. You know, I feel like ODB couldn't count bars or something. He just starts screaming. He just gets 6 bars in and starts fucking yelling something. It goes to the hook.
All right, just press record and let me just do shit.
My homie Dunfor is like that. I used to rap with him in New Brunswick, and he's a little white skater dude, and he yells like, he's got a real abrasive style, and he's always like, I can't fucking count bars. I'm like, this shit sounds like you're a genius. So like, don't worry about that. Just ride with that. You're a creative genius, and don't tell anybody you can't count bars.
Yeah. Speaking of New Brunswick, when the last time you've been up to New Brunswick for any kind of hip hop?
It's been a while.
Is there a scene
Is
still
Court
there?
Tavern still popping?
Court Tavern keeps changing hands, booking and owners, and it closes. It's been a rough since back when we were there. It seems like a rough venue to deal with. I was up there not too long ago. The dude Luke from Teenage Halloween books a lot of great shows, and those guys are really good. And he put together the GDP show up there. I guess that was almost fucking. That was a year and a half, 2 years ago.
That was his homie, GDP.
And that was cool, man. A really small fucking basement. I don't remember the name of the house. They all changed so much, but it was fucking slammed, and. Man, I think that's probably the last time I was up there to really play. Sometimes I go up, whatever, somebody's doing something. But then, it's a transient city. Like, people don't live there forever. Yeah. They live there for a couple of years and they leave.
It's like a stepping stone.
There's a lot of great people who still live there, but it's not as I feel like it was kind of lighter before we all lived up there, like more pop punk, indie punk stuff, indie rock, and it's more like that again now. I went to Court Tavern a couple times for one of my buddies' bands, and it's that same shit. Yeah, and there's a lot of good stuff. It's like any genre. It's just like it's not that. Cool. Yeah, it's not that scene that it was when we were there. It's just different, and I feel like things just cycle, man. It's wild to me to watch young kids sounding like Sonic Youth or something. Now it's like such a weird. You get like the 10-year cycle in 1 year, and like everyone's, it's really wild to watch fashion and stuff change like that.
Was that the band that you posted up on Facebook one time and was like, yo, this band is like terrible or something?
I'm just not a big fan of Sonic Youth. And it's like a staple. Like you're supposed to be a fan of Sonic Youth, and all my friends love Sonic Youth, and I don't fucking get it. It just sounds like.
What's wrong with you? He was like, yo, bro, the trash. Just deal with it.
I get bored.
Like Jesus. Like, in Ray fashion, like just saying some
once in a while you just want to start some shit on Facebook and I get yelled at by your friends. So I
always liked Mark Twain's quote. It was which is serious, but to be funny, it was when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to reform. Which in a lot of cases,
fuck what everybody likes. Fuck what my friends like. Fuck them. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I like that, man.
It sounds like they don't know how to finish writing a song. That's what Sonic Youth sounds like. Samuel Clemens.
Proverbial musings of Ray Strife and all types of us.
We're very enlightened at Rocky's house.
You're gonna learn today.
I'm not sure exactly when, but at some point in time, things did kind of, I wouldn't say go downhill, but things kind of, people gradually moved on from the New Brunswick scene, and I believe you pretty much relocated back to back to Trenton.
Came here.
And that's when not too long after. I don't want to mess up the timeline.
That's okay. I think it's nobody cares if you mess up the timeline.
I think we fucked it.
That's all right.
There was a point in time where after the To Live and Die in J era, Raymond Strife pretty much emerged as a solo artist.
Let's go. It was.
I'm trying to murder.
It was a similar
merged.
I
I like the verbiage and the
Phoenix.
vocabulary.
It was. I mean, it was To Live and Die in J was supposed to be my solo thing, and then I just thought it was like a clever name, and I didn't want to just use Raymond Strife. And I thought I was cool, and it didn't work out. And like I don't know, it just got annoying to like have it. People like couldn't like grasp that it was like it wasn't my rap name, but it wasn't anybody else. It was like the whole project I was doing, and like nobody could fucking get what I was saying there. So it became like me and Swiss Cheese, and that's not. I wanted it to be solo, and he was like my DJ.
You just said Swiss cheese. I was like, because I remember something in my head. I was like,
Swiss
STDs
cheese.
and Swiss cheese are back again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking remember that. I'm like, yo, I forget when the hell that was though.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I just changed my name eventually. I was sick of fucking dealing with it, and I was like, Raymond Strife's easier. Everyone knows what that means.
It got a ring to it.
Everybody knows me.
Yeah, everybody knows me. They don't know.
I think I
That was a
still had
dope album.
I think I still had that CD.
I fucking love that shit.
It's not that bad.
But it's
What'd you
It's not that bad, you know. Like
That's dope.
he caught me on a good day. I haven't listened to it in a while. No, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But some days I'm like, we recorded that in a basement. That sounds pretty good. Just one mic, you know.
Damn.
So you
Pretty amazing.
We recorded that. We finished it in the Howard Johnson in New Brunswick because our house got condemned.
Oh shit.
Me
I remember
and Jaylee finished it in a fucking bathroom at
Oh,
the Howard
shit.
Johnson. There's a couple
I didn't know that.
verses that say that. Yeah.
Remember the house with the big basement where the performance.
that?
Yeah,
where we
Oh, yeah. America, rest in peace. We knocked all the walls out of the basement to have bigger show space, and it was like the whole house was like a converted office.
That basement was
so it
hot
was
as a
huge
motherfucker,
already.
yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, temperature hot.
Temperature hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, God.
temperature hot.
Well,
But that was dope, man. We had a good response, man. All my beats were like just like terrible back in the day, so I was like, oh, these people don't think I'm trash.
yeah.
They loved it.
But they all loved it.
It was-
yeah.
I think we were fine. It all worked out. Everyone was into it. Yeah.
And everyone's like, yo, you guys are great. I'm
You're
like,
gonna be
okay.
you're always gonna be your own worst critic.
Oh my god.
Hopefully, it's not true with not true with a lot of dudes
I like
in rap.
I said hopefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, so shortly after you grew and developed as your own, officially, I'm Raymond Strife. This is, the alias. Before we continue, there was a time when I'm not sure when I realized it, but we did go to school with your brother.
Yep.
There was a time when before that, everyone thought Strife was your legitimate last name.
Well, let's do this on the air. Like, why don't you just let people think it's my name? We don't have to do all this. We don't have to blow it up.
Right, that's right.
I don't. People, dude, I date girls and they think that's my last name. So like 6 months in, 8 months, they're like, "Wait, what?" They see my fucking ID or whatever, and they're like, "Are you fucking?" They're like, "Who is all of them?" Yeah. Yeah.
Benjamin Witherspoon.
I was thinking about legally changing it because I don't really need a real last name.
I like
don't
that.
care.
I mean,
More so
we
like.
ain't gonna air his real name. But
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
It doesn't matter. But like, what?
I thought your real last name was Strife. I was like, all right, Strife. He was like,
I say it on songs and stuff. I don't care. It's like Reggie Noble, you say your alias. I just, I don't know. Like, I sometimes I'm like, I used to be like, I'll never reproduce, and now I'm getting older. I'm like, what if I had a kid? If I had a kid, I don't give a fuck about like my dad's name. So like, maybe I'll just have maybe like, isn't that how this shit works? Like, if we were in England, like in the 1200s, like when you'd be like, fuck my dad, I am a knight now or whatever. Like he's a shitty farmer and I'm a knight, and I had a kid and I don't want. Yeah, you don't want to carry on his name. So like, yeah. So you're just like, now here's my fucking lineage now. Like,
oh man,
fuck you, dad. So I don't know. Like,
And
I just
that's
don't,
the story of King Arthur.
I love my dad. I
That's
just
a race Strife for rewriting his own history.
yeah. I don't know. It just occurred to me. I don't know. Nothing's set in stone.
Ooh, the sword. And the
I'm the
stone.
third too of my real name, which is like, so it's like, I don't know, like how many fucking times are we supposed to do that?
Word.
I don't know. I don't feel like, all right,
It's
here.
gonna be R4 if you have a son.
I don't feel like my dad put a lot of thought into like giving me his name. I feel like it was just easy to like give me the same fucking name. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever feel like he did me some big fucking favor of giving me it. So like, you know, it's like so phoned in. Like just fucking the name you've seen every day of your life, that's your kid's name too. The fucking George Foreman over here. I don't know. Just fucking pick out a new name. Fucking Native Americans' names are whole sentences. Like none of them are the same. Why? What's going on? No one's got time to name their kids.
Yeah, now we linked up and everything, and we got the EP out. Yeah, on consistent basis. Now we got the EP out. Go for the Gusto, and that's something future that we're working on right now too.
We're famous now. We did it,
man.
It's all done.
Like, yo, and how important, how influential or how instrumental was working with El Omega, to your, not even just success now, but even then, initially when you.
Then I always liked the beats actually, and what's so funny is like because I do all this DIY touring, and it's like a lot of like indie rap dudes do it. You don't get a lot of like dudes who like the kind of rap we have in Trenton. It's more like it's kind of not like watered down. It's just like different. It's like a different genre. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like that was never really what I was trying to do. Like I was just trying to be a fucking rapper. Like my heroes, I wasn't into the indie rap, and I get like G-checked all the time on this shit because like I don't know anything about. I know a couple people because now I travel in the circles all the time. But like I always was. I like rap. I like regular rap.
Do you know Amphibious X?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's quiz time. But like I always liked Darnell's beats because they were still original, but they hit hard and was like more. I don't want to say mainstream, but yeah, it's like more mainstream, and I liked them, and everything else was like so light to me. But I had to, I was working with people, I don't make beats, so I always like Darnell's stuff. Now it's been great because he's just on fire. So I'll come over, I'll write something and come over, and he's making something that it works. It's just perfect. It's crazy, I don't know, good chemistry. Yeah,
we'll be like, yo, we're gonna meet on this day, and then I'm working on something that's not even for the project. I'm just working on something. Next thing you walk up, he'll have his bike walking in like. The fuck is that?
Like turn the mic on. I wrote this thing at work. I wrote these 12 bars. Yeah.
Majority of the whole album was like, yo, that shit is dope. I have something for that.
Yeah, right all week. Yeah. And he's like, I got all these beats, and we get there, and I wrote something on my way there, and he's doing something. I walk in, and we're like, this is it. They'll do this. Turn this on. Yeah.
Crazy.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
I don't know, like it was just like the perfect timing, man.
Yeah.
And I want to shout him out too. A lot of crazy stuff. Ray's doing. But now he's like sober and everything. So like, I want to shout you out for that too. But it just everything seemed like to run well. His life and my life too. I was dealing with a lot of people. You got to cut some people off. Whatever. And, go through some stuff, breakups, all that stuff. And he was going through his stuff and getting over it and everything. And we were just all like, let's just link up. Let's work on something. And I've been always trying to work on my craft. And I really think that working with Ray has made me creatively better. Mm-hmm. And with a lot of my beats and everything, and working with other people. And
well, it's nice to work with someone with no rules, like where we don't expect anything from each other, so we can be creative without like fear of the other person's like judging the product. Like we could just, it's like being in a band, and that's why it works, because I was like, let's have a day. If we have a day, like everybody's like, Thursday the 16th, but I was like, if we meet up every Sunday, it'll be like band practice. We meet up every Sunday, we can really do a fucking real project instead of keep putting it off or life gets in the way. If we separate the time, that's what really made it work for me, and that's what made it work creatively, because you schedule a time like May 16th or whatever day in a year, and anything could go wrong the night before. Anything can go wrong for your day that morning, but if you have a consistent time every week to meet up like a fucking band does, and that's why bands are good live, like it's like I was just ready for it every Sunday. It wasn't a fucking surprise. I didn't have to worry about what I did the night before or how shitty my day was going. It actually helped if my day was going worse, to be honest.
And it's crazy, man. Like that whole what was it, like a month or two or something like that? We just like banged out like 30, 40 joints, man.
No, almost the whole track, almost the whole album or whatever,
like, including the EP, and they were just extra shits. Like that was like one day that we did. Like
we did the EP in a day, but it was laid out, Like I do some writing on this. I do a lot of writing on the spot now, like mostly, but it's all fragments. Like I write a one-liner, or I write like a couple bars that like come to my head, and then I get there and I'm like, all right, I have to write a hook in a second verse, but I already have a foundation that works for whatever Darnell has. So it's like we did get the EP done in one night, but you know, it's a process. It's like you refine. We know how each other work now, so it's
crazy. Like the very first time we actually I actually started recording him like as an engineer. I'm just like, all right, I don't know how we gonna do this shit. I don't know how he rocks. I don't know if he's gonna rock with my method of how I work in the studio, but it just clicked, man. It's like it clicked like me and you would work, or me and Trino would work, and me and Ray work together, and then like performance wise, it's just seamless styles, and it's seamless. Yeah, people. I remember you was like, "Yo, man, that little chop shit that you did when we was on stage last year."
Yeah, that was good.
It was crazy, and everybody hurt. Everybody, like as artists, we know, but then the audience picked it up. They were like, "Yo, that shit that y'all did, and how he came off the beat, and y'all got back together." I was like, "Damn, I mean, we were just having fun on stage." I mean, but that's what's up though. Like people fuck with it.
That's
man.
how it always. The more organic it is, the more fun it is, and the more shit that you make is real. Even that's even with improv. Like doing improv comedy when I was in New York, it's like the shit that's forced is going to be the worst stuff you put out.
No doubt, man.
Like you
exactly.
You have a preconceived notion of like what you're going to do on stage. You get up there, you fuck that up. Your experience is already like, in a little panic mode. It's like, oh shit, what's Darnell gonna do now? I don't know. I'm just gonna fuck this all up now because you had an idea in your head already.
It's quicksand, man. Quicksand.
No prep, but
you gotta have
bring
like
that
some
fun, bring that creative moment that you had to the stage.
Yeah, you can't go up blind, completely blind.
Yeah.
But you guys have all been doing it for a while.
Well, that's it too. It's streamlined.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Work on it and everything. Just practice. Trial and error. That's what I was trying to get at. Trial and error.
You mentioned his you mentioned Ray working with him made you a better producer. I think vice versa. It was definitely instrumental for you as well.
Yeah, it's where I wanted to be, and we didn't have like the FaceTime. This is like the kind of music I make with Darnell is the music I've always wanted to be making, and I didn't have. It's true. It's just fucking true.
Like you start crying over here, motherfucker.
I didn't have, but I didn't have. I didn't have
message.
I didn't have that. It was like I can rap. If you give me a beat, I can rap over it. But like with Darnell, it's like I want to be there. That's what
Now that's that vibe, man. I got you because you probably. Like you get categorized or put in one way. You know the sound you're looking for. Like if you loved, that East Coast hip hop growing up. Like who were some of your? If you had to pick like three, like not maybe your favorite, but three out of all your favorites. Like might have influenced you at first to write rap.
Definitely Ready to Die, fucking Doggy Style, and Deltron 3030. And that 3030 changed my life. Like that's where my whole flow comes from.
So you have been sober for I want to say a year now.
We'll call it a year.
And definitely congratulations on that. What actually, I know everybody has a past and things like that. What would influence the sobriety? Because it takes a certain amount of discipline, but first the conscious decision to make that change. So.
I don't know. I mean, I just did it. I did it all. I just overdo everything. So I just partied. I partied the hardest anyone's partied for 10 years, and then my fucking side hurt, and I was waking up every day miserable with my girlfriend, and miserable in my house, and miserable with my music, and I was fucking miserable in my job, and every day I was waking up, and my fucking side hurt because I was doing drugs and drinking all night every night, and I was waking up every day going, I'm gonna die, and I have to stop doing this, and every day I wouldn't stop. It was like impossible. And then one day I just was like, this absolutely has to stop. Like it clicked. I was like, you're never gonna fucking do it otherwise. Like you're not gonna wake up and be 55 and stop and get in shape and do better. Now's the time. You're out of time. You already should have done it. So I just stopped. And not to like go back on it, but like the sobriety, it was important to this year, but like I don't even, if I wanted to drink right now, I wouldn't care. I would drink, and I would fucking tomorrow I wouldn't. You know what I mean? It's not, no rules was a big way of me doing it right for me. People set rules and that's good for them, but I think a lot of people failed to hit their own expectations, and then they take that really hard. So I didn't plan for anything. Yeah. So I don't know, like I'm not trying to fucking toot my own horn on it. It was some of it was really hard and some of it was really fucking easy because things just started going so much better so quickly that I was just my own worst enemy on it. So, 2 days in, I got compliments on how I looked, and I was like, that's enough to keep me going another week. You know what I mean? 2 fucking days in. I know Ahmad seen me fucking falling down at the Jersey Fresh Jam. Me and Gretchen rolling around on the ground screaming at each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's not about. I don't care what anybody does. I still don't. Like when I got sober, I stayed up with my friends while they were doing drugs and drinking every night, just to not. I didn't want to get on that dickhead shit that people get on when they improve their life. I didn't want to fucking alienate my friends. I didn't want to. So I'd just get home from work and I'd fucking party. I'd stay up with them while they party. Like I didn't do anything. I'd just hang out. And I feel like all that shit kept me in the right mindset. Like it's not like to me, I have achieved a lot this year and I'm proud of myself, but it's not about like some cocky huge thing I did. It just had to happen. It had to fucking happen. And
it's real. It's a lifestyle change. I'm definitely that was definitely dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think you being outspoken about it is helping other people, no doubt about that. Your friends.
I hope so. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm like the proper person to get advice from for anything. Like whatever works.
The thing about it is,
anyway.
The thing about it is people watching that do. And good point, Alien. The thing about it is people watching that are going through something. The influence has to come from somebody real and. Being real and authentic that somebody going through something can identify with.
Yeah,
that's the most important. It doesn't matter, the appearance and have to carry yourself a certain way as long as you being real with Ray and Strife.
And I always talk to Ray about that too. We'll record or I'll see him and I'll be like, "Yo, man, I commend you for still being in an environment where all those people are doing, but those are people. It's like, they're grown. But you being in that environment, some people don't have that willpower to be like, oh man, I'm there and I'm not going to drink anymore. They'll go all
it is hard
into it.
but and also like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't want to be like sobriety's like fucking like I'm not some spokesman for sobriety. Like I don't you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
or anything.
I don't know. Like I don't
what clarity is. I know
it's definitely clarity. Well, and I feel great. And like I don't know. I just don't want to be up here like I'm awesome and then I drink next week and you guys are all mad at me, but like there's no fucking rules. Like it's just like about self-control and doing it better for me. Like I can't do it the way I did. So it's not there's no as long as you just stop fucking your life up. Like if you're fucking your life up, you can change it. And it's people sink so deep they don't think they can change it. Yeah. And that's the hardest thing. That's why people don't stop. And I call it quicksand. It's fucking Shane Falco, man. Shane Falco. What was that? The Replacements. And but like it's like things just keep going wrong and you're like, who am I if I stop? Like what could change? And it's very hard. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. There's people are scared to quit their job or scared to leave someone they're with because they just get stuck and they're like, what else? What if there's nothing else? And it doesn't, if you're already thinking that, like there already is something else. Like even being alone or it's not the worst thing in the world if you're miserable already, and it's just really, that's what people are like. That's how their brains work. It's like the fear keeps them there and it's mad real. And I don't know. I was scared of everything, and that's why you fucking drink every night. After a while, it's not just a party. It's because you're fucking scared not to. So, I don't know. Quicksand,
Shit, man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's an ego trip we put ourselves into, and everyone does it. Like you were saying, it's not just about alcohol and smoking or whatever you're doing. It's everything. Some people are scared to fucking leave their house, Like, what the fuck is out there? Shit, Yep. As funny as that sounds, like that's legit,
Well, it's hard to find a reason to like be happy. Yeah. It's very easy to find a lot of reasons not to, and it's not and it's not permanent. But it's
what it is.
It's so fucking easy when you're miserable to just keep perpetuating what you're doing already because it's just easier than making the little efforts, the baby steps to change. And that's all it is, man. It's like one little thing at a time. It's a real achievement and people don't see it that way. They only see the end goal. But every little thing you do is an achievement if you're changing for the better or it helps you through something. And people don't get a lot of credit for that. And I don't know, it helped me. I have a lot of great friends and it made it a lot easier than I ever expected it to be. So
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's definitely what's up.
absolutely, man. You know, you mentioned you got a lot of great friends. I definitely see the new support system.
yeah,
You know, personally and and musically, and on that note, not sure when, but I did see a super group gradually form. I don't know if it was by mistake or by by choice. And I wish I wore my DKFG shirt. But, describe the origin of DKFG and how you guys actually, came about.
well, I think I just needed like something to shout out during the song. Not all rappers have something to shout out.
Yo, no, it's
Have the
funny
crew.
because like DKFG
I like
didn't
that.
have
Yeah.
any like sort
It could
of
mean
like
anything.
anything.
Yeah, well,
I was like,
it's-
what did this DKFG mean?
It
Him and Ray Ray
started
Beats
as
were
like I wanted to call it Dead Kids. I thought that sounded cool, and it was like Russell, my holy Cornelius III, and Cody Stillborn. His name's Cody Jones now. It's his rap name too, and just a lot of friends I met on the road. It was just kind of supposed to be like a support group, more to say it than anything else. And it just turned into something, with Ray Ray, Khalil.
I mean, I don't love Dead Kids.
I actually saw. I changed it. I changed it because it was the hashtag was coming up as a Juggalo thing, and it was some rap Juggalo group, and I was like, if they're Dead Kids, I'm not fighting them on it. So I changed it to DKFG for a couple reasons, and I was like, abbreviations are cool. Everyone likes abbreviations now. It doesn't have to mean anything. I don't care. It just means what it means when four of us work together. For us. So that's all it needs to mean.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out to all the, not even just DKFG, all the affiliates that associate themselves with DKFG and even Cap City.
Damn, I was like an honorary member. Like out of nowhere, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, I'm in DKFG.
I just got to hang out with you a lot for a short period of time.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, he had the picture of Ray Ray,
That's
Wade,
the
Dreddy, everybody.
initiation.
I'm like, oh shit, there's me. All right, I got some DKFG.
That's how that
motherfucker.
works. That's like when you're 10 years old in the suburbs and you want to start a gang. That's how it works. That's all it is, man. You got the juice now.
Exactly. Cap City, we pack the capacity. DK,
But yeah, man, I want to get into like some of the new things, man.
This EP.
with the EP and go for the gusto and everything. I mean, we got the Scumbag Night video out right now, which is on YouTube from the album. But
Amazing concept from start to finish.
And Tony Goggles, Ray Ray Beats, Lieutenant Head Trip.
oh yeah, Karma Kids, Lieutenant
Karma
Head Trip, and all
Kids.
that, man. Yo, fuck, man. Lieutenant
Karma Storia.
Wait, he got a new album out.
Comedy of the Filth
Comedy of
Beast
the
came
Filth
out right after Gusto.
Yeah, that's on
So you
iTunes,
can check that
actually,
out.
too. I heard a little bit of it. I ain't finished it yet, but that shit is fucking crazy.
Dude's a monster.
Yeah.
It's good at what he does.
Neck right. He has a video for that shit. It's fucking.
The video is
fucking
fire.
hilarious.
Yeah, go check that video
Yeah,
out.
that
That's
shit is
fire.
hilarious. Shout out to Lieutenant Head Trip. But yeah, man, we got the EP out right here. The preface CD, preface. Me and Ray fight about it all the time.
Because preface is the
preface.
word and preface.
I was like, preface.
is
He was like,
not a
no,
word.
it's preface, asshole. I was like, all right, all right.
Preface isn't a word, so I
But-
win.
Yeah, we fight over that shit all the fucking time. But yeah, it features Rich Quick and Rocky here and everything, and it got 2 bonus tracks on the physical CD by Ray Ray Beats.
And the band Hash Grinder
Hash
is on
Grinder.
that one, and they're actually at Mill this Sunday
Yeah.
with Pist and Dirty Merlins, and Khalil from Dirty Merlins is member of DKFG.
Yeah, yo, Khalil.
Khalil.
Yo, I am still
Khalil's the K.
fucking upset
Khalil's the
that I
K in
have
DKFG.
have yet to see a fucking set by them motherfuckers, man.
Come
I
Sunday.
still haven't. Yeah, I'm coming Sunday.
Yeah.
I keep telling Khalil, I'm like, yo, bring Dirty Merlins, because we had the show.
Yeah, we
and I was
did.
like, come to do our
band
show at Dirty
didn't
Merlins. This is my very first time seeing y'all.
Khalil showed up.
Not for
Yeah, but
nothing.
Khalil, it was like, yo,
killed
man,
it.
the band members and
Yeah.
shit.
It's a lot of
I'm
working
like,
parts.
I
Yeah, he
mean,
left
I
his,
want you to
stamp,
come,
though.
but
I said not for nothing. Khalil did leave his stamp.
man,
We wanted
Khalil
to
always
see Dirty
shit.
Mertens, but he definitely came.
yo, like this dude.
Khalil's a problem.
This dude jumped on the fucking
Anywhere.
table, and they got this
Anywhere.
like
He
with
had
the
me
Jenga
wanting to ollie
blocks.
over heads. I was walking out of
Surprised
Gwen's
he
like
did not
ollie
move the
over
Jenga
heads,
the Jenga table.
ollie over heads.
He's
No,
a-
he did
yo,
knock it over.
Khalil's
He did knock it
he's
over.
a
He got on the
venue
table and
owner's
knocked the shit
nightmare. Khalil, dude, he
Okay,
is the
now we
punkest
know.
rapper.
Yo,
The thing though.
Now we know.
like make sure you have a sturdy table
You know what's funny? The part.
when you book Khalil.
The thing that went through, the thing that I was tripping about was, I hope we don't lose the venue, because Like, once he got
Fuck it,
on
man.
the-
Fuck
he
it.
actually got behind the bar. I'm like, oh shit.
I talked to him after. I was like, I didn't tell you. I was like, and yeah, this is never do that. Anyone, artists, don't jump on the. But for some reason, the winds and the stars were aligned. Billy was like, yeah, like he could care less. The other bartender was like, yeah, usually that's a big no-no, but it worked. I was
Because
just
it's
like,
fucking Khalil, man. Because it's Khalil.
I was
Yo,
like,
He could have pissed back there. And I would have been like, hey, here's $100 bonus. Hey.
yo, they really fuck with us.
that's
over
what
there,
they
man.
said. That's
Yo,
what
shout
they
out
said.
to McGuinn's,
Yeah,
man. We love y'all,
But
man.
we will try to keep
We love y'all.
off of the.
Yeah, next time we're not gonna
But
put
thank
nobody
you.
on the chairs. But thank you. Yeah, that was a dope ass show. Though.
It was. It was. It was dope.
Have mercy.
No, I wish I
Yeah,
was
man.
there.
Lord.
But yeah, we got the
That's what I said.
preface CD. I Would Never Be Beautiful, and then we got Go for the Gusto coming out. And
You got a release
just
date
put-
on there?
No, we just got the masters, and I have to talk to Darnell about some new plan moves I have for it. I'm supposed to tour on it, a West Coast 3-week West Coast to Mexico tour, and I don't know if it'll be out or whatever, but hopefully it will be. And either way, I'm doing the fucking tour with my dude Juicy Carcass, and he's like a crusty punk rapper, and he raps, and he's got a good fucking name for himself. Check him out. He's a good rapper, and that's happening in November, whether I like it or not. I decided. Like,
You like it or not?
I just there's a lot of self-analyzation when you're sober on tour, and it's almost a nightmare to have to be alone with your thoughts at the end of the night traveling like that. So I almost didn't want to do it when I got off the last tour, but I'm gonna do it either way because whatever, fuck it,
gotta keep it going,
Yeah,
man.
fuck, we made the fucking music. I might as well go do a couple shows in Mexico.
Right. One point he was like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this shit anymore. I'm like, nah, fuck that. We spent mad time on
Yeah,
this shit.
well, you can't.
You put in that shit.
Wait a
we
minute,
gonna make
music
this
is work?
happen.
Music is work.
You can't stop, even if I want to.
Exactly. man.
Also, you know,
Literally, I just want to put this out here, like on Gusto. I mean, well, next to Grandkids, shout out to Ahmad with the scratches, but Don't Wait Up, man, with featuring Nicki. Now Bone is like my favorite
oh yeah,
shit
musically
on that fucking album.
is yeah.
You will hear it once it drops, but I just want to put it out there now. That is my shit.
Sober Ray writes love songs,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But
She's ill, man. She's dope
Yo,
too.
she's dope,
She
man.
does, yeah.
Yep.
She's
Shout out to
like
Molly
authentic
Rhythm, too.
sound.
Yeah. Molly
She's
Rhythm
in, like,
is the shit.
she's actually, I think
Alright.
she's in like 2 different bands.
More,
more
on Girls, Molly Rhythm,
Probably more than
Rat
that,
Torture.
3. She in 3.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. What was the other band?
Rat Torture.
Rat Torture. But she played in another one.
Yeah, it used to be Boss Scumbag. It's the same band with different people. Yeah.
We might have to get Molly Rhythm involved in the situation soon. So
Fuck
that's
yeah.
another, we'll definitely.
Yeah, shows we're trying to put people
Nikki,
on and dope
Nikki.
people on and
Definitely.
people
Want you
that
on
are
the show?
doing things
And the-
on,
and the whole
such
band.
as Mr. Ray Strife.
Well, nah, it's all good. I want to say you raised
Raising the roof. That's also. I'm like, what are we doing?
Damn,
But,
back in 1992.
I never left.
Yo, shout out to
man.
DJ Ahmad.
Exactly.
Yo, Ahmad is our like our guest for every show, like our audience for every show.
Now you
It's
go.
fun.
Our live studio audience.
For real.
He's a producer, man, right there. He's
For real, that's the producer.
the cue cards.
Beer, 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 beer.
Now, last week before we wrap everything up, we done went over the EP, the album. We know where to find your music. Where can we find more about Ray Strife? Where can we find you on social media?
Oh,
do you live,
I'm
Ray?
the only Raymond Strife.
Where do you write your journal?
If you
entries
Google
at?
me, I'm everywhere.
Yeah, he's on
Yo,
Google, bro.
I
You
do
put
have
Raymond Strife on there, he's on Google.
I do have a Tumblr, but I don't use it for anything. I just drop videos on it. Tumblr, I thought it would be cool, and then I just use it for porn now. There's just mad porn on Tumblr, and I don't think anybody really. I don't think anybody reads my Tumblr, but I see the
Tumblr,
porno
you got some
ones.
freaky shit on
Yeah,
there.
so I don't know. I'm
I had no
everywhere.
idea
It's just
until
Raymond
now.
Strife, Instagram, everything.
Actually,
Oh,
But
shit.
I
Where
don't
have you
use
been
Tumblr.
at?
I don't tumble.
I have a press kit.
I know.
Weirdos.
I know what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
doing tomorrow.
I never wanted a press. I never wanted a press kit, and I wrote
We've
one
made out with chicks before, though.
for the Karma Kids tour I did.
Trust me.
So at Karma Kids, which is a Tumblr too, but it's karmakids.com, I have a page that has like a write-up about me that I wrote, and I'm actually really proud of it because I hate writing shit like that. I hate that aspect of
I
music.
remember
It's
that
so
post.
garbage to me.
I remember that post.
So like
Yeah.
Bios.
if you want to start there and read there, and then you can
Yeah, I
find
remember
all
that.
my
I remember
fucking music on Bandcamp or whatever fucking outlet you really want. Head Trip from Karma Kids is going to do my digital distribution for all the new stuff, and it will be on everything. I have some stuff on iTunes, but it'll be on every format: Spotify, iTunes, whatever you want to fucking, whatever you waste your time on, because you could just go to Bandcamp and it could just be that forever.
Yeah, man. I'll say before we go, man, I definitely want to premiere the Scumbag Night video for everyone, and shout out also to Ray Beats again and Lieutenant Head Trip for being a part of that video. That shit was fun. But we definitely want to premiere the Scumbag Night video.
Definitely, man. It's definitely been amazing, amazing conversation. I found that a lot, definitely look out for, episode 3. We got Sunny and Cherry Pie on the next one. And, thanks to everybody from, for tuning in. And also our live studio audience.
Ahmad.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you very much.
This was Rocky's house after y'all watched the video. Everybody get out.
Peace.
Peace.
Good night.
Yeah. This ain't no fucking love song. A lot of motherfuckers, they wanna party with Ray Strife. But when you party with Ray Strife, ain't no fucking party. You fucking with your fucking life, motherfucker. Come around Chambers, bitch. Get at me, see it.
I spit words photogenic, a photo finish. Ray Strife by a crooked nose. My flow's diminished, anti-religious when life hands me lemons. I punch life in the fucking face, I'm unforgiving. I'm never timid, I reach my limit. I'm slash on that ass, get that or get with it. DK, FG, Capsity, forget it. This is Scumbag Night, homie. Nothing prolific, whatever chick you see me with, yo, you mind your fucking business. If you see me out tonight, cross the street. If it's money for the drugs, you'll fucking beat. If you think I need your help, you're obsolete. Had an anchor on my ankle, but now I'm free. I'm a defeated Bill Murray, half lost in translation, half baseball fury with enunciation. I'm running out of time now, and I'm impatient. I found my spine, and I'm writing my own book of Revelation. And Omega, that shit is hot.
If the world could end soon, that would be really cool. Got a couple good friends and all we do is break the rules. Buy coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room.
What are you doing in here?
Take a poop.
You know what? Fuck you, you fucking scumbags. Get me, you fucking suck.
My cat pukes into my boots when I'm too deep into a fender to pet her, so my doc stinks to high fucking heaven. Whatever, why would I want to be present? I'm dirty dick Petra, Herbie Murky, piss, drenched in wormy, fountain filth menace. I rely on the wretched, I reside in the tempest. Thrive the rich, get in vibe with the peasants. I ride with some gremlins that enable one another to the point they can't defend their closest relationships, and we define this as friendship. I see girls yeast rash, woke up with your pants on. I tried to find your weed sample, she was trying to find her tampon. I shit it out a week after and returned it to her pocket. God fucking loves her with the crotch-rotting rawness. My favorite color is rage, I have indefensible taste. I write all my songs about me and my cock, and I'm envious of your pain. We're part of the problem with a monopoly on the solution, and I lost my copy of the blueprint, so we're stuck getting stupid. Let's do it! I coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room. If the world ends soon, that would be pretty cool. Got a couple great friends, and all we do is break rules. My coke in the men's room.
Got a couple good friends and all we do is break the rules. Buy coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room.
spitting shit, you know you wanna. Crush a flat, fill it back up with a ton of cash. Fuck raw like I wanna rash under nads on a bash. Son y'all like a drunken dad. Push a Jetta while I sip my whiskey. Pussy gets me, pussies get beat. DKF, keep a G and some skinny jeans. Fuck loud like gunshots, fill my cum shots. Almost bloodshot, Halos done drop since first grade. MCs get chopped and soufflé. Nice to meet y'all, my name is Ray Beats. Ill Omega make a track so wavy. I get nothing but love. Colt 4-5 for a couple of bucks. Spit straight game till I'm up in the guts. Scumbag night, keep it gutter as fuck.
Smoke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room. If the world ends soon, that would be pretty cool. Got a couple great friends and all we do is break rules. Like coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room.
Buy coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room. If the world could end soon, that would be really cool. Got a couple good friends and all we do is break the rules. Buy coke in the men's room, do it in the ladies' room.
Lieutenant Hendrick, Major Mouth, punch him up, hold up, Karma Kid, yeah, the Karma story in the train, let's do this, we'll see you in Mill Hill, bitch!
We continue with tonight's movie.
Drugs. You got any drugs?
Oh, drugs, baby? Yeah, I got drugs. Oh, slow down, huh?
You got all the stuff that I need, don't you, Ted?
Todd. It's Todd, honey. And yeah, I got everything you need and more.
You got Coke? I love Coke. I love Foo Dust.
Foo Dust?
I want a line.
No.
Pizza's pretty good.